hello, everybody. Once again, we're on a special Tuesday night. Off night. The reason is, well, you'll find out in the show. It's going to be a very exciting show. We have a lot to talk about. At least a couple of us have a lot to talk about. The other one's going to be this listening intent. But what's going to happen is I'm gonna give this up, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about stuff, and I just don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to say, please welcome your host and MC, Mark Sweetman, all the way back from New York.
Are we really an MC? I guess
I said host.
Okay, host and MC. Okay, I get it. There we go. Thank you.
Did I just say host?
I don't know.
I
I don't know. MC. Yeah, I guess I'm the master. I guess is what we do called ceremony. Is it ceremonies?
Well, I mean, isn't that what I thought that's what Johnny Carson called himself, the host. Johnny Carson is the host, and he called himself the MC also. I mean, that was my theory. I thought I heard host and MC from somewhere.
You're gonna fight over.
Well, I think the comedy clubs use host them. Yeah.
Okay.
Which MC, by the way, is not spelled EMCEE or whatever nonsense that people put at comedy clubs. It's the letter M, and it's the letter C, and it stands for Master of Ceremonies.
Ceremony, right? There's no equal signs and a 2 in it.
We would see EMCEE at comedy clubs because people
how would you want to be introduced?
MC is not a word; it's 2 letters.
Well, Mark, how do you want to be introduced?
Host is fine.
Host is fine. Just leave off the MC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was always thinking your host and master of ceremony. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's a beat to it. That seemed kind of.
We could do more ceremony.
We could do more ceremony.
Your ceremonial host. How's that?
I am my title for the last 20 weeks has been host and mostly unqualified tech advisor.
Okay.
I can
I was to say host and tech advisor.
Yeah, host and tech advisor. Anyway, so here we are, a day late, and if those of you that saw the beginning of last night's show, you're lying because it never made it.
Sorry. It didn't go to air.
It was the best opening ever, and you missed it.
It was a great opening. Andy was like inspired by the New York City street noise that we had all over the place.
Yeah.
And he gave one of the best. And Susan read a good rendition of the poem.
Yeah, it had to be there.
Let me tell you.
Robert De Niro made a guest spot on my show.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Hold on. That guy said he was Robert De Niro. All right. It was all right.
We had Jon Stewart there and everything.
He looked like Robert De Niro because Robert De Niro is 80 years old, but this guy was about 30 and a bad 30 years is what it was.
Can you see these? What's the date on there?
All right,
Daily Show, of course.
We came right off of the Daily Show 15th. to do the show yesterday.
Yeah,
and didn't go live.
When you saw us, Andy, we were sitting in the 50th Street bus shelter right after the show had ended. The show's at 52nd and 11th Avenue, right in the west. On the map, it's called the West Side, and all I can think of was I'm waiting for the Sharks and the Jets to come out. Anyway, so but normally when I start the show, I hit the go live button. There's a button that says go live, and that go live button is at the top upper right, and in the lower right is a button that says not yet. It'll actually say right to the left of it, not yet. And then next to that it says live. And that's the button I push when I'll start the 30-second countdown, and then I'll push the live button sometime during that 30 seconds.
And
usually about 5 seconds before, because then I have time to start the music, which I screwed up again tonight because I didn't have the music set up. We really need to pre-record a really slick opening with the music, with graphics spinning around and all that stuff, and put that on.
Well, I got it now. Your host and technical intern.
Yeah, there you go. Technical intern. There you go.
Technical intern.
Anyway.
So, but we weren't in New York to see Jon Stewart, Mark, tell them why we were in New York.
Do we want to do this all before the poem, or do you want to do the poem first?
Poem.
I don't know. Sure. Poem. You want the poem?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's.
Poem.
All right. I didn't add any more. Remember I said I'd add more stories because so much is going on in the world, but I did not. All right. Here's your poem. Let me tell you all this tale. His name removed behind a veil. His name goes on for all to see, but then removed in secrecy. Knicks are the winners, great Saturday. New York, Puerto Rican parade held the next day. And Jane Fonda, please forgive the competition if you may. There was another concert in the Big Apple the other day. Yours truly, love day. I sang my heart out at Carnegie on Sunday.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah, all right. And then this week there was the Puerto Rican Day Festival last week. This week is the Knicks Victory Parade and the Gay Pride Parade. And my favorite story about the New York Gay Pride Parade was we went to now this next week is the week we were there for Sam's Memorial last year. Yeah. And we went down to, on a very warm day, we went down to Coney Island, just packed. I mean, really packed. And as we're leaving Coney Island, you have to cross the main street there to get over to the trains to get back to Manhattan. And it was the Gay Pride Parade. So you had to find an area where the police would allow you to go through. And so Susan says, well, what's all this about? I says, I think it's because it's the Gay Pride. I think it's Gay Pride Parade. And this guy next to me, this gay guy next to me goes, oh, honey, this is every Saturday. It's my favorite New York Gay Pride story.
It was a lot of fun.
Susan, tell us all about Carnegie Hall.
Well, so in the program, it says participating choruses, and that's me.
Yeah, that's as close as she got to credit. So
it's my backstage pass.
Wow.
Here's my free ticket because when I wasn't singing, I got to go watch the other performers. Cool. And was so much fun. What a blast. Just an honor. There were 3 chunks of performers, and we were the second one. And the professional soloists and musicians accompanied the choruses, or we, the choruses, accompanied the professionals, more like it. Oh, they were so good. All of them were so good. Oh.
Well,
they wouldn't be in New York. They wouldn't be in New York if they weren't any good.
How did you get chosen for this?
Well, I wasn't chosen, but my director, Ryan Lincoln, was invited to direct, and so she was allowed to bring her choirs with her, and I was asked by her to join her in New York. So I didn't get like accommodations like she did. I had to pay my own transportation and find my own accommodations, but still, why would I turn down something like that? I had the time available. I had a year's notice. And so Mark helped me make it happen with points. We almost had trouble, though, because we had our flights booked on Spirit.
No.
It got to be January, and everybody in her choir is talking about the accommodations they're getting, the hotels, the airlines, everything. And I said, well, we should wait. Because really, we should wait for something. We should wait for some tragic thing to happen that would cause the airlines to have to lower their rates. Well, the tragic thing that happened was the war, and that raised the rates. So,
yeah.
So we
and Spirit went out of business, and
when there was when there was 1 week when Spirit was just trying to hang on for dear life, where they had $130 round trips, I snapped them up. And what was it? 5 days later, they announced
something like that. So
we did get. They did credit.
They did refund us our pay.
They did
that we paid
us
them
the ticket price, but still, we had now the prices have gone up even more because the war and everything, and the gas prices and all that stuff. But I looked into it, and we had enough between American Express, Chase, Visa cards, and what else did we have?
I don't know.
And our Delta Airlines points. We had enough that we could get there.
Yeah, but I also looked up the Greyhound bus schedule.
Uh-huh. Just in case.
I was gonna get there because
we did not have
thing at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
the number of Greyhound points we had was 0.
I checked it out. It was like $59 or something like that, you know.
For our four listeners that don't know, I actually am a professional musician. I have never been paid to sing, but I have been paid to play my flute. So,
wow, that's pretty good.
Tell them about what you got coming up in August. He's got another big thing this summer.
Oh yes, in August, I believe it's Sunday, August 23rd. If you find yourself out or about near Commerce Township, the piccolo players of Southeast Michigan are all getting together, and we're trying to break the Guinness World Record for number of piccolo players in one place. We'll be playing Sousa's Stars and Stripes. So bring your piccolo if you have one, or just come and watch, and also bring your earplugs.
Is this to torture all those music teachers that ever held it at your head?
This is to set the Guinness World Record.
Got it. That's pretty good.
If we can get enough piccolos in one place playing a song at one time, then we might be in the Guinness Book of World Records. So
what would make that the Guinness Book of World? How many people do you need?
I'd have to look that up, but
hold on.
It doesn't matter. I'm going.
Well, I'm sure if we ask our audience, maybe 9 people will go over and help you. You know.
No, I think we're going to have hundreds.
Okay.
Because there's Woodlands of Southeast Michigan, and then there's, I believe, 6 participants of flutes I know that also play piccolo.
Got it.
Are you guys going to be doing either Freebird or Smoke on the Water?
No, just Sousa.
Okay. All right. In November in November of 2025, the Capitol Wind Symphony set the Guinness Book of World Records for most piccolo players playing at 239 piccolo players, and they played Sousa's Stars and Stripes Forever.
Yes, so that's what we're playing.
You know why
we need 240.
It was 239, so you know why they only had 239? Because one more would have been too farty.
Yeah,
the old Irish bean joke.
Got it. So, well, when you guys got to New York, before you went to Carnegie Hall, tell us about the stuff that you did. What did you guys go? You said about the Mets. Went to the Mets.
We went to a Mets.
Well, we got there. We went after work on Wednesday. We both worked on Wednesday, so we flew out Wednesday night. But that's only an hour and 15-minute flight from Metro to LaGuardia, and so we got to we stayed at a hotel right near the airport there, and we didn't do anything that night. I don't even think did we go out and get anything to eat that night. I can't remember.
We got sandwiches at that deli.
Oh, we bought deli sandwich. Why? You're in New York. You eat just as well. You eat just as well at a corner deli in New York as you do anywhere else, just about. But anyway, and then we took the Q19 bus over to we stayed in Astoria for the next 4 nights. And so Thursday, before it was time to check in, we took our bags over there. And Nicole, the very nice receptionist or the desk clerk there, let us keep our bags there. In fact, she said, "I'll take them up to your room for you." Oh, that's nice.
Took us up to the Astoria?
We stayed in Astoria, Queens. It's a neighborhood in Queens.
Queens, the neighborhood.
Oh,
we stayed at the place called the Voco.
Okay.
Like a boutique hotel. I mean, the room was smaller than our bedroom. So, I mean, it was nice, you know, everything well equipped and everything, but Just
Well,
very
Mark, you
small.
must have the T-shirts from the Mets because I don't.
They're in
have
the T-shirts are in the washing machine right now.
We don't need to see the wet T-shirts, honestly.
Anyway. So we went to the Mets game. We didn't stay long. It was so hot and humid, and we were sitting in the. We went higher than the seats that we had purchased so that we could get into the shade. But then this particular day was bring your school to the ballpark day. I don't know if it was safety patrol day or field trip day or whatever. The kids, God, the kids were so great. They were so excited, and the ball players were super freaking awesome to these kids. I mean, just going down, spending all kinds of time with them by the field.
But we had to move back to our seats in the sun.
But as soon as these kids started taking their seats, we had to move. And now we're in the sun, and it's like I didn't want Susan getting
Mark
sick.
was this color red.
Yeah. Well, the important aspect I want to ask is this: are the hot dogs better there than in Detroit?
We didn't eat any food there. We did buy a bottle of water because we went through the water we brought pretty quick.
Water? You didn't get the full ride? I mean, the hot dogs, the kielbasa's.
Hey, are they still playing in? Is it Shea Stadium for the
Shea
Mets?
Stadium? Shea Stadium is gone. It is now a parking lot. They built another stadium right next door to it. It's called Citi Field. Citibank obviously has the naming rights to it. It is. It had to be built.
Nice.
It had to be built after Comerica because it's everything they did nice about Comerica, but better.
Yeah,
nice.
Nice stadium. Lots of home runs in that game too. So it was a very exciting game.
We were in the 5th deck, and it was still a good seat.
Wow.
Yeah.
The best. I mean, they only got 2 decks in Detroit, and but they did a good job of putting the decks above each other and still seeing the field without having it feel like you're going to trip and fall over the railing, because the higher up you go, the more steep they have to make the seats. But I don't know, whoever designed that did a great job.
Wow.
So we did go into the stadium and walked around a little bit and there were some different things where you could sit and take your picture with their Mets background thingy going on, and we did some of that. And
they renamed the road that is on Tom Seaver Way, and so they get a big giant statue of Tom Seaver there.
Nice.
But we had hoped we could get seats in the shade again. That never happened. So that's what we did on Thursday. We arrived Wednesday night, and it was midnight. So Mark found a hotel there that picked up from the airport. We flew into LaGuardia.
Now was Friday your early rehearsal or your
and then Friday I had a rehearsal in the afternoon for several hours, so Mark could tell you what he did. And then Saturday morning another rehearsal for several hours. And then we went with folks to John's Pizzeria.
John's Pizzeria on 44th Street, right next to the St. James Theater.
A bunch of people from the choirs.
Yeah, we're right next door to the St. James Theater on 44th Street, 1 block away from Birdland, the famous jazz club that's been there since like 1934 or something like that.
Wow.
Charlie Parker's old hangout.
Charlie Parker, exactly. Yeah, a big plaque outside that talks about that. And 44th Street is also where the original Improv was.
Nice.
So I had on that day. That must have been Saturday or Friday. No, Friday. That was Friday. So Friday, what I had done was, we knew that we were going to be moving hotels because we're flying out of JFK. So we're going to move to a hotel that was closer to JFK. And so I says, I'm gonna take this time while Susan's at rehearsal to take the train over there, get a load of the neighborhood because it's one I'd never been to before. And it's not a neighborhood we would have spent all 6 nights in, but it was good for one night, especially since we were flying out the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I took the train that it would take for us to get from there to the Jon Stewart show.
Nice.
Just to see what the path was. And that's when I passed the old Improv on 44th Street and 9th in the old Hell's Kitchen district. And it's still, and it's funny too, because it's still, the wall is still up. And you couldn't see it when the Improv was there because there wasn't a glass wall to see inside the Improv. That was all walled up, but it's called the Producers Theater. They do a lot of readings there for playwrights that are trying to get their play sold, like so they have actors come in and do readings of the play for investors, backers, and things like that. And but they replaced the wall that was there with a window, so you can see inside, and you can see the old improv wall, the original wall that had been the improv back in 1963 when they opened. And that's still there because it's a brick wall. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to put new bricks up, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the place. If I want to publish Springtime for Hitler Part 2, that would be the place I would want to go.
You would probably call the producers or directors. I can't remember the name of the guild it is. And you'd say, I've got to play. You probably register with it. You
probably the Writers Guild.
Yeah. You'd probably have to join the guild at whatever fees it. And then you would try to get a reading for it. And Detroit's a great place. You know, the Nederlanders are from Detroit. Nederlanders have owned like 11 theaters on Broadway. You know, and they own the Fisher Theater in Pine Knob and you know all that stuff for a long time.
Serious question: are there like still really bad neighborhoods in New York, or has it been gentrified? I mean, I don't know. I've never been there. You tell me. You guys.
Well, where we stayed over near JFK, I would say the neighborhood that we were in was fine during the day, but I would not have wanted to walk alone at night.
Yeah, well, we got accosted by people asking for money or, you know.
Well, I mean, you two are both Detroit denizens, so you're used to.
Yeah. But a lot of
in your car, man.
Trash
on the street. There's nowhere to go.
Open trash bags on the streets. There were wires just hanging off of utility poles. Like,
it looked
when I was in New York at 18, doing the Model United Nations at the United Nations, we stayed at the Waldorf.
Just when you were playing a lion?
No, this is different. I've been in New York a couple of times.
Okay.
So at 18, I was there for the Model United Nations. We represented Rwanda. Okay. But I was a young guy. I was going out to war. The first guy that got a hold of me, was a Mooney. It's like, so he said, "Oh, you're inside. You look very nice. So would you like to come and do a speech for me?" What? No, I'm just here. I'm here with the Model United Nations. I'm gonna go back to my room. You know.
Yeah. Well, like I say, both you and Susan are familiar with Detroit. I mean, so you know you're not intimidated by.
I must say, as a Detroit couple, we were ready to knife somebody, basically.
Okay, all right, there you go. All right, that's the spirit.
I would want to be cautious anywhere I go. I mean, you don't ever want to, as a woman, you don't want to let your guard down, even if you're just leaving Kroger's. But part of that's because I'm very jaded, and I do teach women self-defense. So, you know, just stay alert and aware of your surroundings at all times, and you'll probably be fine.
Let's just say she had her Asian stars with her. You know, those really sharp. Those really sharp stars.
I was able to throw some Asian stars.
I had my top hat from 007.
About to say you had your Detroit superhero outfit, which includes Asian throwing stars and knives. I like it.
Exactly.
A big sequin D on your chest and all right. Now
I'll tell you what. You know what? When I took Ben there, he's my oldest adopted son. We stayed in Harlem. And when my daughter went there with her boyfriend just a few years ago, they stayed in Harlem too. And both neighborhoods where Ben and I stayed and where Colleen and her boyfriend stayed, they are like throwbacks because Harlem isn't so much gentrified as much as it is the people that grew up there have lifted it up. In other words, they've grown out of poverty, and because they were able to sustain either the higher rents because they were making a middle class living now, or they were able to buy early when it was still cheap, and their value grew, and then they owned it, and that type of thing. So what you'll see is it's not like the parts that are gentrified in lower Manhattan, you'll see very few old buildings. I mean, there are more architecturally significant buildings in Detroit than you see in mid to South Manhattan, just because they're all steel and glass now. There's none of that.
Okay.
There's none of that old architecture.
Right. Oh, I do want to mention though also how great it was being there that weekend, last weekend, because with the Knicks winning, just all the roars, everybody outside, the confetti, it was just a joyous celebration. We did not see any buses get smashed or anything like that.
Well, Susan, for you, at what point do you think, okay, I'm not in Carnegie Hall, but you just worry about the performance? I mean, is there sort of a time like when the lights go down and it's like, okay, whatever, now it's time to sing? Or is it still one of these? Because I got to tell you, the first time I ever walked on stage, out of all places, the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor, I was like, oh my God, do you know how many people have been on this stage? I mean, all like my rock superheroes.
Okay.
Right.
Kind of like we're on that stage.
I would say I was giddy. I was not nervous. My first solo I sang when I was 7 years old. So I just grew up with music. My mother wanted me to be a prodigy and I was not, but I do remember knowing how to read music before I ever learned how to read words. So I always, from before I can remember, I knew how to read music. Because my mom had me in piano lessons like when I was 3 or something, and I never got particularly good at the piano. But I probably took to the flute better because it's one note at a time, unlike the piano where you got treble and bass and many notes. And
yeah. You've only got one set of lips. So
right, I'm not. All you have to do in a flute is blow.
Now I was in the first balcony, and the thing I like about Carnegie Hall is that the first balcony is about row 20, and they're stacked on each other. Now, I was talking to Andy because when we were buying seats, I didn't want obstructed view. An obstructed view is like the old Tiger Stadium. It's the posts in front of you, and they have posts at Carnegie Hall, and so at least they're good about saying when something's obstructed. What I found out though, that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. There's the floor. There's 2 what we would call loge or mezzanine. I can't remember what they called it. They have them named after stuff, after people, large donors. Mm-hmm. And I was in what they called the dancer's circle, and then that was the first balcony, and then there's a balcony above us. But they all, I mean, if you fell out of the balcony, you're not falling into the next level below you. You're falling all the way down to the main floor.
Oh, we got an echo. Oh, there's multiple theaters in Carnegie Hall as well. So I was in the Stern Auditorium Perlman stage, which is the largest venue there.
Wow. Is that Yitzhak Perlman stage?
I believe so.
Yep. And Isaac Stern, and Yitzhak Perlman and Isaac Stern.
Yeah. Oh.
So before Sunday, the largest venue I ever sang in was Detroit's Masonic Auditorium.
Oh, wow.
I have sung on stage there. When I was in high school and college, I had auditioned and got into a gospel ensemble. And we came to sing at Masonic Auditorium because the Amy Grant of around 1980, late 70s, early 80s was Evie Turnquist Carlson. She's Scandinavian and she was huge. And we were her warm-up group. I want to say that was 1980, I think.
God.
So
hard to believe. 46 years ago. Can anyone believe any of this? This whole
It's true.
It's all true.
I would not make that up.
No.
I wore a yellow dress. There were like 8 of us, and we all sang our own part. So
nice.
First and second soprano, first and second alto, first and second tenor, baritone, and bass.
Well, I just like when going on stage at Mark Ridley's. again, to me, sometimes there's still a part of me that's just like, I can't believe, because again, you look at all the people who played at Ridley's. It to me, at a certain point, I have to sort of like get over it. But at a certain point, it's like, even if it's just for, just the open mic night, still, I love it. It's amazing. I can't believe it, even though it's just a little patch of land, no different from any other, really. But like Mark was saying about, there's the original improv wall standing back there. There's still these.
Well, I think it was very nice of the Producers Association to actually put that glass window in there. They didn't need to do that unless they wanted the light and whatever they wanted. And it's not really it doesn't look like a club anymore. And the theater is in the upstairs area where they do the theater. But just to have that there, because you can look inside, and if you're not at least, you got to be at least 5'7" to see it anyway, because it's
right.
The window is sort of like a window, not a to the ground type of display window.
While we're talking about performance venues, in the poem, did you catch the part about the Kennedy Center? Trump had been, of course, ordered to take his name off, and they passed the deadline to get his name off the Kennedy Center. But of course, no big deal when they put his name on the side of the building. But they put up scaffolding and curtains and everything just to take his name off. Yeah. And somebody managed to get a video of his name coming off in a parting of the curtain. So, haha, Mr. Trump.
Boy, wouldn't that be great if somebody did that at Carnegie Hall for you, because, they're no one allowed pictures there. So if somebody was able to do that. Susan was beaming the whole time. I mean, she just had this huge smile on her face.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. Except when I was singing, I of course was pronouncing the correct words.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you want to do that. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. But again, it
was a blast. It was so much fun. I can't. I'm still floating. It was so exciting.
Well, you got to Carnegie Hall. Come on.
That's right. Practice.
That's right. I mean.
So I did get to visit the gift shop, and I got a little tiny T-shirt for my grandbaby that says Carnegie Hall, Future Star. Well, I'll tell you what. My daughter's got a beautiful voice, so if her baby can sing, and has her mom's voice, I bet she's going to have a great voice because her mom does.
Oh, wow. So you also did something else. You went to see the Daily Show?
Yeah.
Well, we saw, wait a minute. There are two other things going on there. The World Cup was there. So we watched, we watched, it was Brazil against Morocco. And the big hit for the game there was the game that was held in New York was all the stadiums around the United States, Canada, and Mexico that are hosting these games had to take their sponsorship names off the stadium. So MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands became the New York, New Jersey Stadium.
Yeah.
SoFi Stadium out in Los Angeles
became
the Los Angeles Stadium. So everybody's stadium had to take off their corporate, scrub their
corporate sponsorship off.
All those corporate sponsorships. So we saw Brazil tying Morocco.
Yes, they tied.
How was it Morocco?
And all the scoring was in the first 5 minutes of the game or something.
Now you were watching this, or were you actually in the stadium?
No, we were watching it.
No, in fact, I'm glad we weren't in the stadium. There were a lot of people that didn't get to see the whole game because the traffic was so snarled trying to get there. And everybody said, they were saying, take public transportation. That's your best deal. And everybody goes, oh, I got a car. I'm going to take a car. Bad move. Anyway, and then after that, after the soccer game, was the Knicks won the world championship in basketball.
And then they came back to be in the parade for Puerto Rico.
No, not all of them. Just Alvarado.
Some of them.
Alvarez was only the Puerto Rican player was back there for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. So
I got it.
And that was kind of cool because the whole city erupted when the Knicks won the thing, and
we saw it on TV.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
So we were there for that, and then
Monday we saw Jon Stewart, and we're sitting. If you happen to catch last night's show, we are in the far back. I don't know if you can see us. I haven't watched the aired version of it yet, but we're in the very back row. I guess we would be stage right, director's left.
Okay.
And
we'll look for the grumpy man in the back. That's what we'll look for.
Mark got called on, so he had an exchange with Mr. Stewart.
Yeah, I had, and that was the best part for me was the banter I had with Jon Stewart. That was pretty fun.
Oh, cool!
But that part's not aired. But he comes out and does a meet and greet. They have a comic that comes out, and I don't know his name.
Very funny comic. Guys,
he was great.
Vince August is his name, and I was looking him up today on the airplane flying home. He used to be a municipal judge in New Jersey. He went from being a judge to being a stand-up comic. Now, to talk about quitting your day job, holy crap!
Yeah.
So he went to law school and then became a comedian.
Unless he was a sucky judge.
Comedian.
Well, Greg Giraldo
was very good. Just a lot of good audience interaction. And then Jon Stewart came out and also did that. And
that was amazing.
And and chatted with the audience. And then Raphael Warnock was the guest.
Okay.
And I didn't realize
about the whole
that he preaches on Sundays at his church in Georgia. He doesn't he's not just a senator, he's maintained his day job.
He did not quit his day job. So
Sam was a big Raphael.
What was the worst thing, Mark?
The worst thing about this is that they oversell. They're free tickets, so it's not really selling, but they over distribute tickets.
Yeah.
Right. And the deal is that if you don't get in, if you're not one of the, what did we decide? How many did we do figure? Like 170 people there last night, Susan?
They have 200 seats, but some were reserved. So they tell you though, if you don't get in, not to leave because they will give you a future date and premium.
They'll give you a priority seat.
Priority seating.
They seat in the order of IP, which is probably celebrities, family members, whatever, that type of thing. Priority, which is people that did not get in before, and they give them another seat. And that's priority.
So we were
and we were 11th and 12th on the regular seats after those get seated.
Yes, and there were only 17 people that got in after us.
Wow.
So so not very many.
So your first time, we were lucky. And the guy told us for Jon Stewart nights, we would be lucky to get in on John, because if we came to, when one of the other guys are hosting, John only does Monday nights, so we felt very fortunate to be able to get in there.
Where are they shooting? What studio are they shooting that in?
They shoot it at Mark would have to tell you.
I think it's called the Daily Show Studios. I don't know. I'm going to find out if that studio has a name.
Mark, there's a Subway there,
It's 11th Avenue and 52nd Street on the west side.
Is that like
right
in
across
Manhattan?
from the It's called the West Side. It's west of you know where Hell's Kitchen is?
I'm looking at a map right now.
All right, it's west of Hell's Kitchen.
Right.
What's that? There's only one more block before you reach the docks where the cruise ships take off from.
All right.
So
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can come from Norway and go directly to the Daily Show.
Exactly. Although, that's what the comics said. We
there was somebody there from Scotland and somebody
Poland.
From the UK and Poland.
And the comic was saying, he's saying, how about New Yorkers? And he calls out all the boroughs. And then the last one, he goes, Staten Island. Nobody. He goes, see, it's easier to get here from Poland than it is to get here from Staten Island.
Hey. So a question here, because I'm looking at a map of New York right now, and I see where Carnegie Hall is, and I see where Astoria is. How did you guys get from? Did you cross a bridge, or did you use
We took the subways everywhere.
We were at 30th Avenue and 31st Street in Astoria,
Right.
And that is right where both the N and the W train have a stop. And those trains are two of the best trains for getting around.
Okay.
N goes to all the way to Coney Island. So if we want to go to Coney Island, it goes all the way through Manhattan and Brooklyn to Coney Island. And the W train goes all the way to Stillwell, is where you catch the Staten Island ferry. So between those two trains, and you make it connects at Times Square, and every train. Almost every train goes to Times Square. I can't think of one that doesn't.
So probably the hardest was when we went to the Mets, because we took a bus and then changed. How many times did we change subways? I can't remember. But anyway, so that was probably the most difficult.
And that's
Did you learn any Stengelese?
What's
any
that?
what?
Did you learn any Stengelese?
Stengelese?
Oh
no.
Can you see Stengel?
They had a whole over at City Field where the Mets play.
Yeah.
They had a whole monument to Casey Stengel.
Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
No, that was Yogi Berra.
Whatever. Split a hair.
Okay. Oh, it's a movie studio.
Oh, the only thing of watching the Mets, the worst thing than watching a Mets game is watching a doubleheader.
Yeah.
They won the game we were at, so
cool. There you go.
A lot of home runs. It
There
was
you go.
very, very fun. It really was. We just wished we had shadier seats because it was 95 degrees or something.
We can ask the Sopranos. They've got some shady seats.
I envy I've so wanted to go to New York City. I've only been there once, and it wasn't for too terribly long. Just for literally a couple hours.
Well,
I'll
give you a secret. I'll give you a secret. What do is that you go, you put all you buy the tickets, you get yourself a hotel, but the thing you shouldn't do is tell your car. Don't tell your car that you're going there. Make it sort of like you're going to oh no, we're not
Andy,
going to
we
the airport.
missed you so much. Sunday morning, it's like, well, we're supposed to be meeting Andy's plane right now. We were sad. We really were. We wanted you to be there.
I was very sad that I couldn't make it, but the car just went. So
Did you try and drive? Is that what was going on, or
no? It just died. I mean, it's like I was like, when I went 50 miles an hour, it would rattle like a maniac.
Right.
Oh,
You weren't the only one with travel problems. We had a family member who went to Chicago with friends, and then Sunday morning, the friends left her and her other friend at the Airbnb and took off and left her and her friend stranded in Chicago.
Oh.
And she's calling me. It's like, I'm in New York. I can't help you, but I did send the link to Amtrak. And
there you go.
And so that family member was able to book a fare on Amtrak and come right back to the Detroit area.
Oh, good.
I've been reading up about New York and how this infrastructure got built, and you guys are talking about all these places that I've been reading about. And it's one thing to read about a place, but then to hear, sort of like, no, it's a real place. People really go there. People really live there. It's
a wonderful city to visit.
I want to go to Battery Park.
Visiting New York.
Got it. You've been reading the Power
Battery Park.
Yeah, I want to go to Battery Park. That's a place. George Washington at one time was there. I mean, it's one of those places where troops came aboard for the Revolutionary War.
Mm-hmm.
In places like and little things like that. I mean, and as
you
well
are
as
correct, sir.
Correct.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
head over Washington Heights. You are correct, sir. Yeah.
One fun thing that happened, Mark. We'd gone over to Carnegie Hall and we're looking at the billboard that's got the part that I'm going to be in. And a lady came by. We're trying to take our picture, and a lady came by. I'll take your picture for you. Why do you want that sign? Because I'm singing in this show. She got more excited than I was.
Well, Mark, you must have played there in a club, right? I mean, you must have, right?
I played the Improv Stand-Up New York. The
You
Comedy
auditioned
Cellar.
for Letterman.
Yeah.
That was at Catch a Rising Star, which is no longer there.
Yeah.
I played at Dangerfield's Catch a Rising Star. Who else? There was one other. Oh, the comic strip is on the east side.
So you guys are like the Steve and Edie. You both played New York. I mean, come
That's
on.
right.
I never played.
Put him up. I had to pay my own accommodations. There's a little bit of a difference.
Let's not split a hair. You both played New York. Period. End of story.
Your venue.
Yeah.
And Mark,
Yes.
Did you have to audition for David Lynch when you did Letterman?
When who did Letterman?
When you auditioned, who was the?
Well, he's referencing a Louis C.K. bit.
Exactly. Louis C.K. did a show about him auditioning for Letterman, and it was David Lynch who played the guy he had auditioned to.
Oh, that's very funny.
And it's hysterical because Lynch is just, he was a very funny man. You know,
he's funny.
His
presence is such an interesting presence by him. You know.
Yeah.
I got the Letterman audition by playing at the comedy convention in Las Vegas, at the Riviera in Las Vegas. Somebody saw me there and got me invited to audition for the guy's name. The Morton, Robert Morton. Bobby Morton was the big producer for Letterman before he went over to Leno. Right. When Leno was at the Tonight Show, he went over there. But the guy that I never got to him, but he did. Bob Morton saw me at the Improv in Los Angeles, and that probably helped because I had introduced myself to him in Los Angeles. But when it came to me going to New York, it was for another guy that was under him, because Bobby was the producer for the whole show. He had me meet a guy and audition for a guy that was the comics guy. Can't think of his name now. Shit. Yeah, I'll think of it.
But you also got Comedy on the Road, I believe, because you went to that convention in
Comedy
Las
on the Road
Vegas. That John Biner hosted that, and it won an Emmy. So Mark did not win an Emmy, but he had somewhere in our house a piece of paper that the show won an Emmy.
No, it wasn't an Emmy. It was an ACE award.
Okay, it was an ACE award. Almost
ACE award,
an Emmy.
Which is what ACE awards was what the shows that were on cable gave to each other before they were accepted into the Emmy world. Once they got accepted in the Emmy world, they go, "Who really wants an ACE?" You know.
So he was part of a show that won a big award, but
they gave me a certificate. I didn't get a statue, but I got a certificate that said I was on a show.
Memory serves, Biner used to have he had like a summer replacement show, if memory serves.
Yes.
I think that might be it.
The same John
Comedy
Biner.
on the Road, it was called.
Yes.
And Mark did an episode of that. Yes.
In fact, if memory serves, he was like on Laugh-In, and sort of like the latter.
He was a little Laugh-In guy. Exactly.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
God. Amazing for a man of my age. I mean, I am a repository of incredibly useless information. I just got.
They did a reboot of Laugh-In, and Robin Williams was on that.
John Biner.
Yeah.
John Biner is still alive.
Wow, he'd be about what, 85?
He'll be 88 on the 28th.
So close.
Wow.
So close. Missed by that much. You know,
So get this. Since I did that show in, what was it, 88 or 89?
Right.
That means that was 40 years ago. And so he would have been like 20 years younger than I am now. And we all thought he was old at 48.
I'm 2 years older than Franklin Roosevelt. Roosevelt died like at 63. You see the pictures of him; he looks 103.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, the man was busy.
He had some rough health problems.
John Stewart is 63, and he said to Mark, "You look like you're about my age." And then Mark's like, "Oh, I'm much older."
I said,
I'm a little... 66.
No, don't misquote me. I said, I'm a little older. And he said, well, how old are you? I said, 66. He goes,
we could have been in high school together.
He said, we could have been in high school.
We're roughly the same age. He really ribbed him, but two comics ribbing each other was pretty funny.
It was good. It was good banter. We had good back and forth for about 6 sentences. That was really it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was like this show. It's like the banter I want on this show.
Yeah. No, it's
shooting the shit and busting each other's chops, and it was
right.
And he didn't know I was a comic. I mean, I thought about mentioning that we briefly knew each other back at the Improv, because I was MC the night he came in. I was going to say, I knew you from your leather era, because you used to wear the leather jacket on stage. And I was there. I was at the Improv. I was emceeing the night, and he came in. The whole room was abuzz, kind of like, and when you just had done something, he came in, and Joan Rivers had just been fired from Fox.
Right.
And they had him come in before Arsenio Hall kind of took over the whole thing.
Right.
But he came in and kind of held the show together until Arsenio came along. And so he came in, and of course, every time anybody's on television at 11:30 or probably about 12:15, the whole stage shot. If you're doing the show at the Improv, the whole stage stopped. You felt bad for the guy that was on stage. There were no other comics in the room. It was just him and the audience, because the audience didn't know. Every other comic was at the bar watching the guy. And of course, the guy who was on the Tonight Show was at the end of the bar, so that looking up at it. And I was there the night Jon Stewart had done that for Joan Rivers after Joan Rivers got fired. And so it's not the type of story I had time to like bring up when he's doing audience questions and stuff like that. And I didn't want to sound like a dick, like, hey, I'm somebody, that type of thing. But we had, that's if he remembered me from that, I'd be amazed, because he was so caught up in the this is a great moment for my career type of thing. I'm sure he wasn't thinking about who the frickin' MC was that night at the Improv.
Did you guys have a chance to visit Sam's missus or no?
No, we did not.
No, we did. We did invite her. We did invite her to Carnegie Hall, but she had other. It's hard to get. I guess Sunday night is a big night for female comics.
Because Mark had that extra ticket. We made best effort to give it away.
So I asked Carol Montgomery too. She goes, "Oh, thank you very much for thinking of me, but I got, I'm always busy on Sunday nights. So I guess all the female comics in Manhattan are busy on Sunday nights. So, or they just didn't want to go with me.
Well, we tried."
So Manhattan, that's the island that's sort of like in the middle.
Yep.
Right.
The boroughs are around it. Yeah.
It's the island that has to have massive bedrock, because there are so many 100-story buildings there now.
On it, yeah.
They have to have to be able to drill in and have stuff hold there. I mean, this cannot be a grass field or a moss pit or anything like that. Right. This is solid bedrock, baby.
Okay. And sort of like the outer boroughs. That's like where everyone. Well, remember the old. Well,
where you take off from JFK and LaGuardia, those are like marshes. That's why they always have planes down by the bird strikes. I mean, they got birds taking off all around these airports. You know what I mean?
Well, like the old
New Jersey airport's the same way. They just got too much water around them.
When they do All in the Family, that was shot. The actual footage of that was shot in Queens. Now, a long time ago now, obviously.
It looks a lot like it's still. There's areas that still look. Queens, when we talk about developed and gentrification and all that stuff, that's pretty much Manhattan, and that's all pretty much steel and glass. When you look at some of the older buildings, now residential buildings I'm talking about, there's a lot of warehouses now. There's a lot of office towers that are newer and things like that. And there's a lot of apartment buildings, but the houses and the homes in Queens looks like you're in the opening of All in the Family. You're right. The other Queens show was King of Queens. Those houses that they lived in, you see a lot of those in Queens too.
Right. Well, in Godfather, they actually shot some scenes in Little Italy. Okay. It's my understanding that most of Little Italy is gone now. I don't know. I mean,
I'll tell you what. Little Italy was little. It was smaller than all the other. It was smaller than Little Korea, Little Chinatown. All those places. Little Italy was not that big to begin with, so that it shrunk. Not that significant.
Yeah. Still.
Well, New York's definitely a town worth visiting. If you haven't been, or you haven't been in a long time, you should go. It's
crazy
very
expensive.
nice, and we did it. It can be, but you know, we didn't spend a lot of money at restaurants. We went across the street to the 24/7. I called it a deli, but it was more of a produce market that also had fresh prepackaged sandwiches for I don't know, $5 or something. They're huge. We had some of those, split them, bought some, you know, ready-made coleslaw or potato salad. Yeah. We had several meals like that. New York picked up 89-cent yogurts for morning breakfast. You know, we had a fridge in our room. We were good.
New York coleslaw. I got to say something about New York coleslaw.
All right.
So
It's not like our coleslaw here. It is not made by a machine. It is cut by an immigrant with a knife. And the knife And the knife
true so many things these days.
The knife can't be that sharp because there's really not that many small pieces.
It's not the shaved like your mom probably did for the coleslaw. But it's so good. It was good. It was good. All of it was good. We ate one breakfast in a restaurant, and we had did we go to another restaurant, Mark? I think just that one.
The pizzeria?
And then we did buy some pizza from a restaurant, but we took that back to our room.
Was a pizzeria
and we bought last night for dinner after Jon Stewart. We got Chinese.
I was going to ask.
Near JFK.
Was the pizzeria significant? Was it in some sort of TV show?
No, it was. It
was in Queens.
The first pizzeria we went to on 44th Street, that used to be a church.
That was a church. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We ate there. We ate at that restaurant on Saturday with everybody.
It's right where the altar would have been, below the choir loft and the organ and everything. And from where we were sitting, now this is a table of how many did we have with us? 14 people? 20 people?
Yeah, about 14, 15 people were there. We had reserved in advance.
If you look up, you see this stained glass window above it, just above us, where this had once time been a church. And it's so funny. You can tell it's a Broadway church because it's built like a theater. It's got a balcony. It's got a mezzanine. You know, but it was a church.
I think part of that balcony though was the organ pipes.
Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah. You could tell. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was an old church. Ironically, though, it was a pizzeria, and we did not order pizza. So the next night we got pizza because we wanted.
What did we order? What did we order at the pizza? Oh, we ordered those sandwiches.
We had a sandwich,
eggplant parmesan. Oh, those are so good. I've had one bad.
The food was all good. Whether it was a $3 sandwich or an expensive restaurant, it was great food. All of it.
I've been to New York at least 6 times with my wife. I've taken 3 of my kids there on separate occasions, so that's at least 9. And then I went on my own when I was auditioning for Letterman. So I've been there at least 10 times. One bad meal ever. One bad meal in New York.
And it wasn't bad. It was just
8th Avenue. I'll just tell you, 8th Avenue and 38th Street. I'll let everybody know. 8th Avenue and 38th Street. I don't know the name of the place. I just remember it was at 8th Avenue.
2 minutes. Anything else you want to talk about besides New York in the last 2 minutes?
I got one more thing about New York. This is the first trip we've been there as seniors, and the people were awesome to us on the subway. I hadn't thought about it because I've always gotten up. I've always gotten up when there's elderly, to sit, and I let the elderly sit. And I'm glad I did that because everybody does it, and it was great being able to sit down on the subway, especially
nice.
Since we had long rides. So it's great. It's great being a senior, and everybody in New York is nice. No matter what people say, they are in a hurry. They do they will shove you aside, but they don't do it. They're not shoving you. They're just kind of like moving past you real fast and cutting you off and things like that. That's it. That's all. That's our New York.
There's other news in the world. Anybody?
Well, we've only got 45 seconds left, so.
No, I'm happy to hear about New York, and that's cool. It's all good.
Should we flip a coin and see if there's going to be peace and the opening of the Strait of Hormuz by Saturday? Like our president seems to say, they've got
that stuff anymore.
Almost a memorandum of understanding.
Well, there you go.
I'm not holding my breath.
I'm on a new workout routine. I'm going to be walking everywhere I go. So it's, I'm pretty sure I'll be getting some good muscles and some back now. So I want to, it's my new exercise routine.
Walking. And Jason, thank you for offering to pick us up at the airport today.
Yeah,
You
I
were-
would have said something. I would have said something sooner. I apologize. You know.
No, it's okay. Our son came to get us, but we were ready to call you if it became necessary. I appreciate that.
I had just dropped up with some customers in Ann Arbor. I was in the car ready to make the mad dash out there to grab the both of you jet setters.
All right, we're overtime. We can take this
All
up after the show. Everybody, we'll be back next Monday. We won't have as exciting a week this week, but we'll talk about whatever goes on next week.
Oh,
Talk to you later.